Hello, my fellow crafters. I'm back once again, this time alone. My niece will be back later in another video. If this is your first time checking out my channel, then you have joined me at just the right time. I am currently taking part in a challenge that will undoubtedly have you thinking outside the box at times, but most definitely be a ton of fun. It's the Call Me Crafty Owl No Spin November Challenge and Giveaway. Call Me Crafty Owl decided to challenge herself during the month of November by taking on different challenges just by using whatever crafty items she has in her stash. You heard me right. No spending for her during the month of November. And she invited her subscribers to join in on the fun. And we, will have the opportunity to win a giveaway too. We are not limited to the no spending part of Call Me Crafty Owl's challenge though. We can buy whatever we would like during the month of November, but if you're going to take part in any of the challenges, your project must only be done with whatever you have in your stash. I decided to take on Call Me Crafty Owl's challenge, and I'm not going to buy any new crafting items during this month. So far, I'm having a lot of fun. In this challenge, which is Challenge 5, Trusted Technique, I explored a trusted technique called triple time stamping. I found a video tutorial that was done 6 years ago by a fellow YouTuber called Do Stamping. I will post a link to her video in my description box below. Her tutorial caught my eye, so I thought I would give it a try for this challenge. Okay, so to let you know, first off, what I'll be using in this challenge. I will be using Ranger Archival Ink Coffee color and the Ranger Archival Ink Plum, Coffee and Plum. The tape runner, of course. I will be using this floral stamp, which is from Crafter's Companion, the Floral Symphony. And the sentiment I'll be using is "You Are My Sunshine" from TR Stamp Arts. Let's set that aside. So you would need two separate colors of cardstock. My first color is white. My second is gray. For the white, you'll need 3 separate dimensions. This first one is 2 inches by 3 and 1/4. The second is 3 inches by 4 1/4. 4 and 1/4. And this one is 4 inches by 5 and 1/4. The gray, your first one is 2 and 1/4 by 3 1/2. Your second is 3 and 1/4 by 4 1/2. And your third, which is your card base, will be 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. These are the same dimensions that Do Stamping used in her video. So that's what I'm using. So basically, triple time stamping is where you layer all 3 of the cards that the three cardstocks that you cut out. You layer them like this, and you stamp all around the paper. Make sure you leave somewhere for your sentiment to go. But the premise of it is your stamp needs to cover at least 2 out of the 3 pieces of cardstock. So then when you pair it up with your background, it'll still be able to meet up to complete the picture of that stamp. So if you're not getting what I'm saying, you'll see in a minute. So I had started one and my camera cut off. So first thing you need to do, your biggest cardstock, Just put a small bit of tape on the back just to hold it down on your surface. Stamp your, put a little piece, not stamp, put a little piece of tape on your second size paper. Center that onto your bigger one. And do the same with your smaller one. Just a small piece of tape. You don't need a lot. Just enough to tack it so it doesn't move while you're stamping. Okay. So I'm going to use plum for the sentiment. I'm going to stamp that first so I can make sure that I don't either not leave room for the sentiment, and two, so I don't run into the sentiment with my floral design. So this way I know where it's going to be. So your sentiment, you only make sure that that is on your smallest piece of cardstock that you have. That doesn't need to go on all three pieces. Just your first one. Okay, that came out good. So I'm going to sit that to the side. I'm done with plum. So now we can get stamping with the floral design in the coffee Ranger archival ink. Both of these are Ranger archival ink. Make sure you get this stamped really good. I'm just going to rub it all over the stamp. Okay, let's see. Let's start here, a little bit over the sentiment and off with the other two papers, pieces of cardstock. Make sure you press good so you get a good print onto your papers. Okay, lift. Okay, that came out pretty good. Stamp. You're going to do this all over your paper. You're all over your cardstock. Got ink on there. Acrylic block, want to move that so it don't get on the cardstock. Okay, let's try up here. Oh. Also printer paper. I need that to use to make sure it doesn't get, and no ink gets on my cutting mat, because that's what I'm working off of. And press. Give it a little pressure. And lift. Okay. Stamp again. I think I'm going to go down here in the bottom right corner. Let's see. Let's go this way. And press. Press, press, press. A little bit of pressure. And lift. Then I can get probably two more on here without it looking cluttered, or pieces, parts of it. Ink, ink, ink. Ink on the board, on the acrylic block. Let's see, down here. Right there, that's good. Press. Press, press, press. Then I'll do one more after this one, and then we can put this card together. and lift. Oh, that one came out really nice. Do one in the top left corner, and then we can call the stamping process done. The triple time stamping process technique done. Ink. Okay, let's see. Let's go this way. Put that down and press. And lift. Okay. We set that aside. Put the ink away. Don't need that anymore either. So now we get to put our white cardstock onto our gray cardstock. The gray is the background. And you remember, try not to get your papers out of, or your cardstock out of order, because they have to line back up. Let me show you. You see how it looks now. Everything is, it's off the page, but it's going even when it goes to the next page, you can still tell that it's a flower. So you need to make sure you stay like that. Make sure you don't actually turn it get it all twisted and turned around while you're putting the tape on the back of your background paper, background cardstock. I should have taped the white. That's okay. That is okay. I think I do need this. Let's tape that. Okay. Then tape this one. Take the next size one to its background, which will be this. Make sure it's not turned. Make sure it doesn't get turned the wrong way. Okay. The only one that doesn't get a it gets a background, but it's to the card, it's to the base, the cards, what is it called? The card base is the big piece of the white that gets attached to the actual card base. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, there you go. So now we can attach this to the bigger one, and then the smaller one to this. Remember, don't get it twisted out of order, because they have to line back up. So that goes up there. That's part of that flower. Okay, that's that flower. That's that one. And there. Let it down. Now do the last one. Okay. And then finally, it goes to the card base. You need to fold that in half though. It'll give a perfect border around all 4 sides. Okay. Now put some tape on the back of this. Okay. And you have your completed card. Now you can dress this up some more like how Do Stampin' did in her video. She put some twine and a button along the bottom. I don't have any of that. So I think it looks nice like this. So I think this is definitely a technique I can get behind. It looks great. If you would like to join Call Me Crafty Owl and her subscribers as they take on her No Spin November challenge and giveaway, you can find the links to Call Me Crafty Owl's channel, the link that goes into detail about all the rules and guidelines you will need to follow in order to participate, the link to her playlist that has all the videos she has posted so far for each challenge, and the link to the video for Challenge 5 Trusted Technique, all in my description box below. You will also find the link to the video that I was inspired by for my trusted technique. Triple time stamping in my description box also. So please join me again in my next video and see what Call Me Crafty Owl has us take on in her next challenge. Remember, take a little time to do a little something crafty. Bye.